and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, play, who don't. Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running, cataracts under my eyes from hustling, going from buying to selling to customers, run up the business, God is my witness, sun up to sun up from Monday to Sunday, we maxing our limits, my mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie, moving a mission, they say that I'm tripping, I've been told I need a vacation, I'm finessing a visit, first class, my feet up high in the air on business, yeah, cover the city, your city ain't working, it's all for nothing. She told me don't let up, it's on us to make it, it's on us to crush it. Now it's gonna take some just to make some, so put that in your budget. Yeah, can't keep moving your dreams for cheap when you ain't even budging. What got you bugging? Make you a play, don't be scared of religion. You made it from nothing, then figure out your clutching. Everything you want in front of you, ain't no discussion. Look, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, play, play.
It's been a long time coming. Track star, long time running. I exterminate foes, they bugging. I'm joker, I want my nuggets gold, platinum chain, call them Johnny Dang dog with my brains. I go off like hurricanes until my diamonds look like rain. My verses, gas.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that it think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame it. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way, critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. I know the kid with the bull, tell him all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on, and I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on.
I'm gonna get my Rambo on. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Designated Spittaz. I tell you what, I'm here with the two amigos, my good friend, good old Kev, and the regular Francis Lee.
How you doing? How you doing?
What up?
The regular Francis Lee in the building. You see
Yeah,
how
that sounds boring as fuck,
yeah, he called
bro.
us the amigos, right? Is
The
it 'cause-
regular Francis Lee.
Francis, did you watch the last Bronx or Nothing and all the stuff that we were talking about? Oiled yams and
Oh yeah. It was right up my. It was.
No, oh, you did watch it. I never even talked to you about it. That shit was hilarious, bro. I still go back and watch
we
it.
ended up speaking about it because of the. I was watching it later on. Y'all was going wow,
Bro, can you still imagine? This dude said, what did he say? Oiling up
oiling
dry
up the-
wells.
Wait, I'm talking about the oiled
Lotion.
yams later on.
No, I know the yams.
Oh.
What was the one about the dry wells?
because I said dried up wells
Dry
because of the caliber of prospects.
Angelo says, Yankees announce a move now. The GOATs are on. Let me tell you something.
Hey,
I would love for them to announce a move right now.
that happens right now, and that's all you're gonna see.
Hey, yo. I'll tell you guys this. Look, the question of the show was very simple. Have the New York Yankees put themselves in a position to go back to the World Series? I think it's very simple. Look, I don't think the Yankees, they probably don't have 5 or 6 moves left. I think the majority of their moves are done. They probably got, 1 or 2 more moves to go. I'm still not a believer in the whole Suzuki stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see him being a Yankee. I would say this. The Yankees have a crazy chance here to ruin the whole offseason by coming out with some nonsense and saying DJ LeMahieu is going to handle third base or second base.
Oh yeah.
That to me that ruins everything for me. That'll fuck the whole thing up.
Absolutely.
Literally, I tweeted it as soon as the Jack Curry came through cold water on all the theories that we had last week's show.
That was fucked up.
That was hilarious, bro.
Nah, that was
The
fucked
whole
up.
show of if, ands, and ors, and
And
Jack Curry was like, "We're not on none of them motherfuckers."
It was Monday, right?
he had
Because
a
we did
show.
Sunday. It was
Yeah.
Monday Hot Stove. He came on and was like,
Monday.
yeah, whatever you listen. He should have been like this. Whatever you listen on Designated Spittaz, I'm putting cold
Essentially.
water on it. Nothing happened. That whole episode should be erased.
No, it's a fact. Que lo que move board. I see you, brother. No, but I saw him go on the hostile show. I'm just like, damn, bro. Like we put up Shaq and Kobe numbers on DS last week. I mean, that was a great episode.
It was a wild episode.
And then the first thing he does is just like, yeah, I know you heard whatever Pete, Francis, all that shit they was talking about.
You should have
clipped.
name dropped us.
It's clipped. It's not gonna happen.
Facts.
He said Bregman, negative. He's like Arenado, negatory. Like, nah.
We spent
David
time
John,
too. Like we were like, let's convince each other of how any of these moves make sense. And then after that show, I have been talking about convincing people of Jeff fucking McNeil and Josh Rojas and Yoan Moncada. This is where the Yankees have put me. Kev, I'm fucked up in the head.
Can't be
Listen. I don't know how people's able to convince me slightly about McNeil, bro. And now
I think I did with Francis too.
I had nightmares about that situation because I'm telling you this right now. That would be like the ultimate, like they would love that over there in Queens because they hate McNeil. They hate McNeil as much as we. Is that a new sub? Yo, Pete still got Peronis.
I think that was just a drop. And if that was the new sub sound, we are in for a year.
No, that was a drop. That was a drop. That's not.
Yo, Pete, have you thought of the new sub sound for this year? Well, not yet.
I'll be honest with you, man. I am so far behind on all that stuff. I told Francis I'm working like crazy tomorrow. Tuesday, 8:00, everybody. 2024 live stream. Wrap up the whole year. I'm gonna do the whole video and all that. It's gonna be amazing.
I got one that you can put on the back burner as a sub one for next year.
Come.
There you go.
Yeah, every time somebody joins. But tell me about McNeil, Kev. You're excited? You want this deal to happen?
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen
you
anymore.
want McNeil? He's a Yankee player, baby.
Listen, if you're telling me that I have to choose between DJ or McNeil, then yes, I'm choosing McNeil. But there is no way that I'm gonna be excited about Jeff McNeil joining the New York Yankees. I get the potential, the lefty, and all this stuff, but it's like
made for Yankee Stadium.
Oh my god!
People hate me. I'm shocked this hasn't. Actually, matter of fact, it did spread on Twitter. The Mets guy put the whole trade I put out there. He just jacked it and put it out.
Yeah. Bro, because they in here right now. We got 300 plus watching, and some of them they in here to get content for the week. So I want to
make fun of me if you want. I do what everybody else does.
Evening.
Try to like cut a bad clip and make fun of me. I don't care.
No, I want to say good evening to all the, my boy Keith does this on the other side. He's like, what's up? Shout out to the anonymous listeners. There's a lot of anonymous in this. No, it's a fact. Because Pete, shit is not a coincidence no more, bro. Every show. Immediately after the show, you go on the timeline, and what do you see on the timeline? Whatever was being discussed here. Like it is not a coincidence. But I'm not mad at it. Ain't no hate in my blood about it. I'm happy.
Hey, put it into the universe. Maybe it happens.
Shout y'all out. And if McNeil, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, it ain't the sexiest name. It ain't the sexiest move. It ain't gonna get nobody excited. Ain't nobody going to buy a jersey. But I tell you this, like Kev just said, if it was down to David John LeMahieu and Jeff McNeil, all the way. I'm sorry.
Hey, we got a super chat before. I'll continue this conversation at McNeil. I'm having fun with this. Connor O'Neill says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone. So we have Pete at second, Francis, a lefty reliever, and Kev as a bench coach, and then NYU to the moon. I don't know. You might want to put Kevin Francis out there in the field. I worked out like one day the other day. Well, not one day. I've been working out a lot.
Don't put me out on that field.
My knee is like destroyed right now.
I'm as good as Vogelback back there. I'm just a designated hitter.
Bro, I'm getting old. Rocket Man, a.k.a. what's his face on the thing? Francis.
Rocket Man. Oh, what's his name?
Oh, that's not him. That's Big Sexy Yankee. Rocket Man. My bad, brother. Yeah. At the Max Fried press conference, Cashman did say the word DJ LeMahieu was healthy this year. So that means third base. Don't crush my heart right here. Lil Den says, all right, I'm not even gonna read this crap, man. Should we get Tim Anderson? I'm not even gonna read this shit.
Oh my god.
No. He was trying to troll that last time. I didn't let him have. I was like, yeah, stop. We're not even gonna do this.
We ain't gonna go.
We're not gonna do this. But what we will do is show Kev this. Jeff McNeil. Right field, Yankee Stadium. 19 bombs, bat about 240. I don't know. Could be a good
Macho.
Kev? Care to?
It don't fucking match.
I'm
You should have gave me this one.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god.
You know what? You know what would really be entertaining? And I was thinking
that?
about this today because I was, it's Sunday, chilling, relaxing with the fam, holiday break and shit.
Okay,
I
a
don't
little
know if you guys
holiday
watched-
action.
Have you guys watched Squid Game yet?
No,
I heard his ass.
So I was thinking, I love
any of it.
I love the first season. I really, truly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And
the first season was good.
thus far into the second season, I'm really enjoying it. I like the. I mean, I got 2 episodes to go, so who knows what happens in the last 2 episodes could ruin it. But so far, so good. But I'm watching it, and I was like, that would be interesting. That's what the Yankees need to do. Like, if they're not going to make a trade or sign somebody, all right, cool. But at least entertain us. All right, we need to do Squid Game for like the last.
So invite Tim Anderson to spring training, Moncada, get a bunch of scrubs and just put them to kill each other.
To a minor league deal. Sign your
fight each other
to a minor league deal. Throw DJ.
This is what we've become.
Peraza, Jorbit, Vivas. Just throw all 6 of them. Just throw all 6 of them, and then have them play mini games. And let's make it. Let's see what happens.
This is what we have become. Right now, what the Yankees are doing to us. My guy, Danny, he says, Merry Christmas. Salute Francis, Kev, Pete, barring no injuries. Yankees come out the AL East. If DJ is on the roster, I'm going to lose my shit. The Yankees, look, they've done a lot. I'm not taking anything away. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys watched the Max Fried thing, but somebody told me this. Actually, matter of fact, shout out to Keith. Keith DM'd me this. Max Fried's dog's name is Apollo Fried.
Yes.
Did you guys notice?
Yes.
So I'm thinking, and
I'm
somebody's
surprised
probably
Christian didn't find that out.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta hit him up. I'm gonna make a
like a
shirt,
Christian.
right, that says Apollo Fried is a dog. Just like that. Apollo Fried is a dog.
The way that the dog
dog
from last year, DAWG.
Yeah, that's it. Apollo Fried is a dog.
If somebody in here tries to come out with that shirt, we're gonna know it was you.
We got it here. It's already
man.
done. Stop it. I don't want to hear it.
Wait, hold on. What's Texas talking about? He said, do they wear the Larry Bird shorts? Is that why Francis likes it? Who we talking about here?
Hey, yo, you saying that Francis likes a little ball action?
Who we talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, if I wore those shorts, my balls are hanging out. I'm just saying right now.
Oh my god.
My balls are hanging out. They
The
ain't
powder
no
nuts.
fucking way. Powder nuts.
The older you
Let's
get,
not do
the older
it.
you get, you start getting hang time. People
You got
see
your hang time, SAG
This is the
action.
problem. They don't.
That shit is sad, bro.
You get the SAG awards.
Yeah,
You get
they
the
don't
SAG
tell us
awards.
this shit. You
The
start
hang
getting
time.
older, they tell you about everything else except for the hang time.
You should get a tattoo every like 5 years of where they sag.
Exactly.
And see the
Like what you
difference.
You got to do the backwards shit from when you was growing up, and they used to do the mark on the wall because you got taller. Now you got to mark the inside of your thigh going down.
Oh my
SAG award
god.
To see how the hang time is improving.
Hey yo.
Hang time is improving. We're
God.
getting older. Health and wealth in 2025. Listen.
Yo, I tell you what, man. He said, your shorts. They're on a 24-hour stream.
On the 24.
Oh.
Oh, Hank, that's a good one. I like.
That shit. The
good
shorts, and this is so much fun that we're actually talking about.
I got
this, 'cause
some more Larry Bird shorts too.
The year was amazing. Remember how much comments you were getting on your shorts that day? People wouldn't stop talking about it. I got mad at one point.
They liked my legs, and then it got scary for a second.
Then it got weird. Yeah,
In the
people were
beginning, it
acting
was
a little
cool.
strange,
Like
yeah.
not Hank. Hank was normal, and most people were normal. And then
There was a few freaks.
Then some people.
And then it came and turned into Thompson and Thompson.
Yeah, it turned to.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party. So yeah, that's it.
Ain't no party like a PD party. I'd say that
Ain't
right
no
now.
party
man.
like a Simonetti party.
You already know. You already know.
Let's not go there because
Anyway.
you never know. But anyway,
Allegedly.
Anyway, David Douglas. David Douglas. I saw you tweeting about this. He goes, "Would you guys consider Bo Bichette? Why the hell not? The problem is." Would the Yankees do? Would the Yankees do anything like that? Is it even possible? And here's what I was gonna say to begin the show when it came to that conversation and that question. If the Yankees, look, let's be real here, they can't go with LeMahieu. They can, but you got so much time. Don't bullshit people and say you can't make a deal. That there's nothing out there that you can make to improve at either third or second base.
You gotta get really creative now.
Yeah, but you even got like. I'm at the point, well, I don't know about you guys. Give Moncada a chance then, if that's the case. If he's hurt, he's hurt. Nobody's going to give the guy a lot of money. But he has potential, he has talent. Put him at one of the positions and just run with. If he gets hurt, then I guess you go DJ. I just don't want to give the position to LeMahieu.
I don't think anybody wants to give it to DJ LeMahieu.
That's what I'm saying.
Except DJ LeMahieu.
I just don't want to, that's the way I see it, man. I don't want to do that.
And I could be wrong. I really truly feel like they're not going to go with DJ. Like
I can't see it either, man.
I've been
I just
saying
can't.
that, and I've been tweeting it, whatever. Like obviously, but it's tongue in cheek. I don't think. Like I don't know. I can't bring myself to think like they're gonna do that. Like I know they've done shit like that to us in the past. I just really can't see them doing that this season. I just can't.
Not after Soto. Like you got to be like A+ across the board. And I'm not saying they got to get the greatest move ever, but it was the same thing I was saying about Gleyber Torres. It just felt like the time to move on. DJ LeMahieu, to me, he's the past. You can't run him back out there. It's the same thing. People going, well, start Oswaldo. Nah, man. No.
Waldo's look. I hate when people do that because then you got to like give people reality checks about people that are like good guys and fun players and everything. But it's like, in all seriousness, like Waldo's not that guy, guys. Like he's not that guy.
Even if he becomes that guy, or he becomes an average or a professional all-day third baseman, we don't have the time for that to marinate. If you understand what I'm saying, right, Francis?
If he's our everyday anything, we're in trouble. I'm sorry, that's where we are.
That too.
I agree.
If he's our everyday anything, we are in trouble. Something happened that we did not expect was going to happen, and he's out there playing every day. Like if guys like Waldo and DJ and stuff if they're getting like extended reps out there,
we have issues.
Something's wrong. And to me, that's how you have to look at it going into 2025. Like, yes, these guys are on the roster. Are they going to contribute? Are we going to be able to find at bats? I think for sure you'll be able to find at bats for guys. You're going to be able to find at bats for Grisham.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be that like these guys are like every day playing 3-4 times a week. Something's wrong if that's the case. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree. We got a super chat here from Senor Ra Thompson. The last super chat of the year, new me. Can't wait to share with you all the events the Thompson boys will be doing to bring this community together and to grow the channel beyond your imaginations. Oh, I always like beyond your imagination because you just never know. You never know. Jay says, what are the final lineup hopes predictions? We'll get to that. And then Rocket Man says, Yoan Moncada will be good for us. Do you guys remember 8 years ago? He had the same hype as Jason Dominguez, best hitting prospect from Cuba. Yeah, he was one of the most hyped
he was
international prospects on planet Earth. I mean, he was right there, if you guys remember, too, when Yuli Gurriel was coming over. But I remember, you want to know what's crazy? I go so far back remembering Yuli Gurriel back to when he was like 18, 19, when A-Rod and Jeter was still playing.
Yeah.
And Yuli Gurriel was like, oh, my God, he's may never come here. And it took him a while. It did take him a while because there was rumors, too, that I think when they came to play here for some sort of tournament, he was going to defect, and he never did.
Yeah.
And his father was a great Cuban player also, and obviously his brother's still in the league. But, I know some people will probably look at it and go, bro, Moncada's been ass for a long time. You already got LeMahieu under contract.
A hurt ass at that.
A hurt ass. Why would you go to Moncada? I'll be honest with you. It's new.
Low risk.
That's why.
You don't got to pay him a lot of money. If he got hurt, he's out. But let's be honest here. The potential is obviously there. The Yankees wanted Moncada a lot back then, and they actually wanted to trade for him a couple of years back also. Yeah. So I know they've had interest. He's a switch hitter. He could play second. He could play third. But the biggest problem for him is that he's never on the field. Maybe getting out of Chicago, a losing situation, going to a winning club. Maybe to help him out. Maybe it'll give him a little motivation. But, all this right now is speculation until the Yankees actually make a move in their infield. Because, again, I think they've had an A+ offseason. But I would hate that we come around the spring training time and they're talking about DJ LeMahieu getting every opportunity because they didn't make another move.
Correct.
That to me just, it wouldn't feel acceptable after what they did last year without DJ LeMahieu, mind you. So to me, going back to that would be a step backwards, and I don't want to see this team do that.
No, I mean, and Listen, I've been one of the guys who's been aggressive on DJ LeMahieu, and my thing is that as much as I was one of the guys that wanted him back and all that, we didn't expect. I think he really took a dip after that toe injury. He's never really been 100% of what he could be, and at this point, it says the Yankees are in a really a 2 to 3 year window. You can't tell me that DJ LeMahieu being your all day third baseman is gonna get the Yankees to the promised line, and not only get there, win that last series. So Yoan Moncada is a high risk, low risk, high reward because you're gonna get him for cheap. If he works out, you look like a genius, and if he doesn't, who cares? Because you didn't pay him anything. I mean, I think what is he gonna probably ask for? $2 million at this point? Why not?
Yeah, see, I would almost hope it's like one of those Profar deals where it's like maybe he gets a little later and it's like, well, look, let's be real here. We'd all rather a trade. We all rather a Brendan Donovan comes out of nowhere. We'd all rather a deal that nobody sees coming and everybody would. So before anybody goes, is this really? No. We're not advocating for this. We're just simply saying at the lowest level of the Yankees making a change for what is currently available, that you don't have to go out there and work with another GM to make a move. This is why we're talking about somebody like Moncada and options like that. I talked about Josh Rojas, but hell, I don't know about you, Kevin. I'm not even joking when I say this. Would you want McNeil over him?
Over
or would you
Moncada?
just over Moncada? Would you just simply say, nah, fuck it, let's just give Moncada a chance. It's only money.
I'd rather go with Moncada as a chance. I'm
Okay.
not trying to add
okay with
more. The thing is, I'm not trying. Which I'm telling Met fans that I feel like McNeil's in a trajectory to end up like DJ LeMahieu, where it's just even worse and worse year by year. I mean, and he's not as great as DJ defensively. That's another thing. So I mean, I just can't add another year or two of DJ LeMahieu. Then you're basically paying $30 million for two versions of DJ. I can't. No, man, I can't do that, bro. I just can't. I'm sorry.
Kevin will legitimately snap.
Yeah,
he would snap. Ludi says Nestor had a turtle during a playoff run. Glaber played video games after losses. Get them the F out of here. 2025 is going to be the best year yet. Amen. Well, that would be nice to see it being the best year. Rocket Man then adds, we almost got Yoan Moncada for $28 million, but the Red Sox beat us at $32 million because Hank Steinbrenner, not Hal, didn't want to pay more than that. Well, it turned out to be the right thing to do, as his career trajectory hasn't turned out the way people thought it would. But pitching looks good for the Yanks, man. Bullpen looks good for the Yankees. I think everybody is kind of just waiting for them to fix up the infield a little bit, because this is the main thing everybody's concerned about right now. What is currently on your screen is, what is the infield going to be? Everything is set. I do feel very comfortable that Jason Dominguez will be one of the outfielders. I think this is the year the Yankees are just going to say, we're not going over. We already know that Dominguez is already there. Give him the same shot that Anthony Volpe got and see what happens. And look, maybe they get back-to-back Rookie of the Years. I think that's a legit possibility. But Goldie obviously added MVP, Gold Glover, 4-time Gold Glover at first base, up there in age. We looked at his splits a little bit and project that he could potentially have a better year at Yankee Stadium. Jazz is going to play second or third base. Depends on what the Yankees do. I like him at third. I got no issue with it. But overall, right now on paper, this is not looking like a really bad team. Now, is it better than last year? I don't know. I think that's up for debate.
I think they could be, depending who they get for second base or infield, for that matter. Let's not just limit it to second base either, because I think when I'm looking at the last two moves, right, I'm guessing one of them is that left-handed reliever. So take that off the board in terms of offensive upgrades. I think that the last move is not guaranteed to be a second baseman per se. It could be a third baseman. I'm not saying that they go out and sign somebody, because, like I said the last time I said that, Jack Curry came out the next day and was like, no, it's not going to happen. But I'm saying we also don't have to box ourselves into the thought that it has to be second base, because Jazz could also move back over to second base pretty seamlessly. So I think the last move in terms of infield, it's a second base / third baseman. That's what we need to look at. And depending who they get to fill that gap, I think that will determine whether or not I'm going into 2025 saying this team is better than even 2024. And if we stop right there and just think about that comment in and of itself, that's a win for Brian Cashman. To be at this point in the offseason and to still have the ability to build a better team than you had going into opening day 2024, that means that he's done some things, all right? Because to lose Juan Soto and still be able to say that here going into the new year, yeah, that means he's done some work. So it's just that last move that like, and these sometimes are the trickiest parts, that the last piece to the puzzle. It's a lot of GMs will tell you it's the trickiest part to do. But I think there are options. And that's why I feel a little bit optimistic when I think about it, because there's options and there's time. And those are two things that are kind of on our side. And let's see. We'll see where the chips fall. But yeah, I definitely think they have a chance to be better than last year, depending on who they get.
Agreed. And DJ Steele adds in, if DJ LeMahieu starts at second base, give LI the GM duties. Yeah, let's definitely not do that. Let's not go that route, shall we?
Dominguez will be on a flight the same day. In a 16 trade with the Rakuten Golden Eagles. Like, this man.
Oh, my God. Rocket Man says, I just read that the reason why we have not made a trade or signing is because of Marcus Stroman's $18 million salary, because payroll right now is at 301. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But even if payroll's a little over, you guys do understand it has to end. They could be over and not be fine immediately. There's a certain time where they'd have to be under that. DJ Steele says, also, what's up, Don Francisco, Simi Sauce, and Kev FC. Okay.
Simi Sauce is a little bit ayo. Listen.
That Simi Sauce is very ayo. I'm letting it pass because that's my guy, Stelio. But
no, don't let that shit pass. Fuck Stelio.
Yeah, Simi Sauce, that's a little strange.
Simi Sauce is a little part in the left. It's the last DS of the year, so I'm
making my way downtown with Simi Sauce.
You know what I mean?
On the road again.
He's saying he's letting everybody know that Fernando Cruz, our new reliever, is playing winter ball in PR. I actually saw that the other day. That's pretty dope.
Who said that?
Caleb.
Ah, okay.
He's Puerto Rican, so he plays over there. I'm really excited about him.
I'm very excited about him. That pitch is that splitter is stupid. That splitter is stupid.
I love that. I love that profile. It's like when you get a guy like that and you know how the back end of your rotation is already set up, so you know it's not like we're getting him to like make this project of him being the closer. It's like, no, he's not going to be here to be the closer. He's here because he's going to be a setup man. And he profiles perfectly for that role with that pitch. So I'm super excited to see it. Oh, Los, what's good, brother?
Would it surprise you guys if the Yankees just go ahead and just offer a minor league deal to Birdie again? They maybe just didn't want to pay him $2 million.
John Birdie? I could see something like that too.
That wouldn't shock me, and I wouldn't hate it.
Wouldn't shock me.
I wouldn't hate it
either.
I would rather Birdie. I'd rather Birdie than DJ.
When they not tendered him, I was upset.
It's not even close.
When they not tendered him, I was kind of upset. I was like, damn, I like Birdie. I was thinking that he was going to be in the fold for, next year. So but the John Birdie thing, that would probably be like I think we could all agree that would be like one of those like end of the offseason things. Like
But the thing I think people, again, a lot of times I kind of, could feel like what people's reactions to certain things like that would be. And I think people got to understand, nobody's saying that bring him in and he's going to start every single day at third base. You know what I mean? Like John Bertie's had an issue with staying healthy himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's where the Yankees are right now without knowing that there's any other trades available. Because, look, I'll be honest with you guys. A few weeks ago, I was a little hesitant about certain moves. But shit, man, I tell you what, fucking Nolan Arenado will look really good right now at third base for the Yankees.
Oh, hell no.
I'm telling you, he look really fucking good right now. With the options that's available, he look really fucking good right now. As long as they could take on Marcus Stroman. I'm not a fan of Nolan Arenado. I don't think it's the sexiest thing on planet Earth. But let me tell you something.
The thing with that, Pete, is
sexier than what we got right now over there. And he plays a lot.
The thing is that the thing with Arenado is It's gonna be Arenado with Judge and Cole for the remainder of their prime. Is that what you really, really want? Like, I get the Bregman, and I'm not high on Bregman either.
LeMahieu.
But I think that no, yeah, that's. I mean, come on, bro. That's asking for fucking.
Can they take LeMahieu's contract? We just swap him. Is that possible?
Maybe because DJ's done after next year. I don't know, and they're still saving $12 million.
This is what everybody's doing. I mean, this is all you could think about right now and talk about is who the hell.
But wouldn't you rather? I mean, and this is my thing. Wouldn't you rather Bregman if that's the case? Because at least you know that this next 4 years, and that's these next 4 years, 30 to 34, Bregman's gonna give you above average caliber offense and a Gold Glove defense at third base for the remainder of Judge's prime, and he's a clubhouse presence. Nolan doesn't get that vibe. That's just why
I would take Bregman, and I've never been against Alex Bregman.
No, I know, because people are thinking about the last 3 years of the deal, the 7 years.
Fuck
the
that.
last 3 years.
Fuck
so it's
that,
like,
because
so
if they
what?
don't,
It'll
if they
be
don't win
Bregman
the
with a
next
bunch of
couple
kids.
years, we're fucked anyway.
But that's a good bridge. I mean, you're gonna end up having Bregman and Judge, and the twilight of their careers, who are both clubhouse guys with the new kids that our Yankees are bringing in and whatever free agents are signing. That's not a bad situation.
Yep.
And people seem to forget. I think, Pete, we gotta go back and double check because I was gonna say this. How many times have the Yankees missed the playoffs in the last 24 years?
Woo!
3-4 times.
It's a hand.
It's a handful though.
You could count on one hand. I could tell you that much.
So the Yankees figure out a way, no matter where they are.
It might be two.
It might be just twice, Kev.
I think it's two.
I think it's twice.
two.
Somebody in the chat could verify. Yeah, I'm telling you. So the
08,
from 2000 to
08, and then the last time with Boone,
and then last year.
Correct.
Yeah, that's all.
Unless there was one in the teens that we're forgetting about.
Yeah, unless I'm really forgetting
Jeter's
something.
retirement.
I feel like
2014.
08, Jeter's retirement was 20.
Oh yeah.
2014.
2014. So is it?
So it's 3.
It's three.
It should be 3. Yeah, 3 times.
Capone is saying 4. 2008 to 2013, 2016. Oh, 2023 was that fifth year. It was 4.
2016.
2016?
No, we weren't. Didn't we lose in the wild card in 2016?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no. The year before 2017, we went to the ALCS. We didn't make it the year before that.
Let me look at the 2016 Yankees.
Yeah, wait.
I don't remember 2016.
Carlos says 08, 13, 14, I believe. 13 and 14, we didn't make it. No, we didn't. We never made it in our back-to-back years.
Oh yeah, we finished 84 and 78.
Oh yeah, no, they missed.
Yeah.
16.
Damn, we suck, bro.
No.
Shit.
Times
While you guys look at that, Ronnie says Goldie
25.
Goldie over Rizzo, Jason over Verdugo.
Yes.
Give us an upgraded infielder over Glaber, and we definitely have more than enough to make me up for Soto. I don't even need to talk about the pitching. Well, look, that's something I've been saying since the beginning of the offseason. A lot of people got mad at me. Those people on Twitter going, you sound like Michael Kay. You sound like you're shilling for the Yankees now. When literally all I said was exactly what Ronnie just said. You just had to upgrade over the weak positions where you were not getting no support from. And we already know what those were. Some of these guys, by the way, I think first base and left field might have been the worst production in all of baseball.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know how people don't understand how big of an upgrade that's going to be for the Yankees. And I know everybody's not jumping up and down for Goldschmidt, and I understand that. I get it. But, man, oh, man, I mean, look, I don't think it would surprise anybody if Goldie doesn't perform or he does well. I don't think anybody would be shocked either way. If he comes out there and he looks very old and you're like, oh, shit, this is going to be a waste. Or he has a very, very good year. I don't think that would shock anybody either way.
I mean, this guy's a veteran. He's a what I like about Goldschmidt, and listen, I mean, we got to also look at the pros and the cons and the pros. People forget that this guy is, as a professional hitter that we've had in a while, this guy is a hitter.
Doubt.
This guy hits all over the field, which is going to be huge in Yankee Stadium.
Big. Very big.
This is his worst offensively, this is his worst year, and he still ended at 98 OPS plus, meaning right under average.
Look, also, to be fair to him, his first half was miserable. Second half of the year, he had 270-something. Final 30 games, hit over 330. So, I mean, I don't think the bat is dead in this guy. I mean, again, you look at that spray chart. I mean, there's the big difference. When people were talking about maybe they get him and Nolan, you pull up both of their spray charts next to each other, you want Goldie for the Yankees much more than Nolan Arenado. He hits the ball all over the place. And a lot of those balls right there to right field, you see, this is coming from his stadium in St. Louis. That right field of Yankee Stadium is much shorter across the board.
Yep.
It's a straight line across the board. A lot of those doubles you see there, those could be home runs at Yankee Stadium. He's going to hit homers at Yankee Stadium to right field. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. As long as he's not trying to do that, he's going to have a good season. Which is why when we spoke about it, I want to say like might have been this show last week. That's what I was saying. I was like, my focus, if I'm Paul Goldschmidt, is getting to work immediately and probably trying to work like opposite Aaron Judge to literally take his approach and flip it. The same way, like you're not gonna have like the Soto results. Obviously, Soto's 26, different, whatever. But Soto literally came in with that exact same mindset as Aaron Judge. Like I'm trying to go, I'm Aaron Judge's approach, but flipped. So as a lefty, I'm looking left center, right? That's where I'm trying to go.
Correct.
And then I open the rest of the field back. I start back and I work backwards. Aaron Judge's approach, he goes right center. He goes looking to go to right center and then works backwards from there. This is why he's the best hitter in baseball right now. I think if Goldie comes to Yankee Stadium and he's trying to pull the ball to right field, we're in trouble. I don't think he's going to do that. He's a professional hitter. He has a track record. So as long as he shows up and he's trying to go left center, he might end up having a pretty decent freaking year. And it
would shock me.
Somehow it's going to shock some people, but I don't think it really should. Me.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think it should shock anybody. Frank Cortez says, "Hi, brothers. I really have a good feeling that next year, 2025, the Yankees are going to sign Tucker. Would be a nice pickup. Tucker's a very, very good player. Makes a lot of sense for the Yanks."
Yeah. Do you guys... Okay, go ahead. You ask your question.
No, do yours first.
I was going to say, do you guys see any more minor moves? I know they're looking for one more bullpen arm. Stanek has been mentioned and stuff like that. Besides that, which I think is a little bit on the obvious side, do you guys think that they're really going to go? For example, one thing that I'm looking here is the backup catcher. Do you think they're going to give JC Escarra the chance? Which shout out to JC, who won the batting title in Dominican Republic and Lidon and is killing it right now. Do you guys, which I hope that they do give, I hope that they just give the best player the shot, which at this point is JC, or do you think that they're gonna still try and sign like a catcher on the market?
Right. I think Alex Jackson's gonna be the backup.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think Alex Jackson's gonna be the backup. I know.
Just because he's a righty.
I'm with you on that, and I think the Yankees tend to like their backup catchers being good defenders and just being guys they know they can run out there and defensively they're gonna be sound. And he's cheap. They got him in that deal for a reason. I don't feel like they got him in that deal to be AAA depth. I think they got him in that deal to back up Austin Wells. So I would be pretty surprised if it's somebody else. But you never know. I mean, Kevin Reese also talked very high about Escarra, so we'll see
that's
what
why
happens.
I'm saying
maybe they got other plans for him.
That's what I hope. But there's a guy that's a free agent, and he had a decent offensive year compared to our backup catcher. And that is Yasmani Grandal.
Yeah, Yasmani's still available out there.
I would rather listen, I want hopefully JC gets a shot, but I don't want to see Alex. Just because we've talked about this before, and Francis, you know this too. Just because the guy's a righty doesn't mean you throw him against a lefty. That the caliber of the hitter is as important as the situation that you're putting. It's just that we want to throw more like that. It's asinine that we're still thinking that a guy like Alex, just because he's a righty, we're gonna put him out there on against lefties.
We saw it all last year when they called up Ben Rice, they never wanted to put Ben Rice, and it's just like doesn't make any sense. You say, "Oh, well, you're not gonna put him against the whatever." It's like, all right, buddy, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and that's not a bad take on Yasmani Grandal. I mean, he's been a backup now for a little bit.
Correct.
Or he could be a backup. And the one thing that I would say,
veteran presence. That's
what I prefer too. And the one thing I don't want the Yankees to do, and by the way, anybody who watches this channel, I've said this for a long time. Austin Wells earned a catching spot. He's definitely earned it, but I don't like just giving it to these guys with like nothing at all behind them. Yeah. Where it's like no matter what, it's yours. You put a guy who's been a starting major league catcher, who signed a big contract in his career, who's been a good player. I think it means a little more than putting, what's his face behind him, Alex Jackson, who, by the way, sounds a lot more like a country music singer than he does a regular catcher. So I don't know. I don't know about Alex Jackson. So that's not a terrible take. But what I wanted to ask about, because a lot of the chat's been asking about, I've seen it a lot on Twitter because everybody starts to see the free agents, going away, and who could it be? What about Kim? There's been no interest from the Yankees when it comes to Kim, who is was a fan favorite in San Diego. Fans loved Kim.
Yeah.
Great defender. Not the greatest hitter on planet Earth, but can steal some bags. Does some things good. Good ball player overall. Do you see the Yankees giving money to him, though? I think that's the problem, is that it wouldn't be a one-year deal type move. It's going to take a couple of years, and I don't know if the Yankees want to do that.
I think the thing with Kim is not so much that the Yankees haven't shown interest. I just think his market in general doesn't seem to have materialized yet. And
Josh Bell to the Nationals, $6 million. Right, well, there you go. Look at that. Josh Bell gets $6 million. So Moncada, come on over for $2 million.
I mean, that's a nice little check for him. But yeah, shit, that's not bad.
No, not at all. But then you look. I mean, Francis, you break these things down well. I mean, there's a Kim right there. At least look,
that man's an extreme pull hitter. Jesus Christ,
look at that extreme pull hitter. Yeah. No doubt about it. He does put the ball in play. He's a great base runner. He's a very, very good fielder.
Yeah.
I mean, we do play Boston. We do play Boston and Houston, so I mean that's going to benefit us in those games.
Baltimore's bringing
that wall in.
Toronto's another place where right-handers hit well.
Now that you said Boston, I gotta ask the Red Sox a question here. How the hell is Nolan Arenado not a Red Sox? To me, that's like the ultimate perfect fit. The guy, he might hit 300 next year in Fenway.
Because
legitimately, the way he pulls that ball, I mean, forget about the doubles he'd get.
I mean,
I heard that Rafi does not want to move from third.
I could see that being an issue because I'm sitting. I was like, oh,
that's what I heard, and
he's got to be a Red Sox.
Yeah, and
this is the problem with
Darius said Kim's not going to be ready for the season too. That's why his market isn't moving the way.
But that's overblown too. It's people because I'm not saying Darius is saying that. I'm seeing a lot of that on Twitter. He's not missing half the year.
What is he missing, a month? The first month?
Yeah,
right?
He might miss a month and a half, maybe 2 months. He's not going to miss half the season, I'm not saying Darius is saying that because I know but there's people saying I wouldn't spend any money on him. He's going to miss the year. What? He's not going to miss the whole year.
Yeah,
it's a labrum thing. I'm pretty sure he's got the surgery already. So yeah, I mean Ohtani had this similar injury, and Ohtani's going to be playing pretty early in the year.
I mean, I think it's a pretty good judgment of value because Josh Bell he didn't have a terrible year.
No.
Josh Bell supplies a bit of value,
especially offensively.
Especially offensively, no doubt about it. I mean, there's another guy. Maybe could have made some sense for the Yankees at some point. Look at that spray chart there he got.
Yeah,
but not a great fielder. But again, 19 bombs last year, 249, 319, coming off of a couple of years previous, 362 on base percentage, 17 homers, 22. It's not a bad number. $6 million for him for that production. Shit, that's not bad at all.
It's kind of crazy that we've entered an era where a guy with 20 home runs is considered ass.
Yeah,
and I think
years ago he would have been a premier player.
Correct.
By who though? Because it's by a specific type of fan.
True.
The ones the ones that do not know ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, well, you know what's scary about that? It almost feels like a lot of Major League Baseball almost agreed.
Well,
yeah,
that's the scariest because what they value.
Because a lot of front offices, believe it or not, aren't trying to win. They're trying to appease.
True.
They're trying to appease fan bases. They're trying to sell tickets, put butts in seats, and whatever. They're not trying to win. They get on camera and they get in front of microphones and swear that they're trying to be competitive and whatever, and they use all the jargon and the words. But in reality, they're not trying to win.
And here's my question:
sell tickets.
Nate Lowe's the first baseman, so they signed him to be a DH. $6 million DH. Nate Lowe's the first baseman. He ain't moving on first. He's too good. Nate Lowe's too good.
But maybe
I still can't get over that deal. By the way,
when they give him
you know what's crazy though? The National League even the bad teams are going to be scrappy because the Nationals are
Nationals
going
are a
to be
good club.
scrappy.
But they're not going to be bad.
Yeah,
Arizona
not at
adding
all.
pitching depth, like yo,
Arizona might be back this year, bro. They had
Corbin
a
in
year
there.
in
I mean,
2024.
shit.
They might be back. They might have something to say about
by
that.
the way, they got into the deferred game, so I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw that.
Getting into the deferred game.
Besides the Yankees over there with their dicks in their hands, scratching their nuts.
Oh, defer what? Who got?
We spend money. We spend it. We spend it.
We pay now. We don't do IOUs.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
but it's interesting, man. It really is. Like I know in a few weeks when all this stuff is settled and we kind of know what that team is going to look like. I think the holdup truly is Marcus Stroman. And I think the Yankees are holding out to really get somebody to take the majority of that money. That's what I think is going on here. I don't think it's anything else.
You think Stroman has him by the balls?
I think he has them by the balls a bit because even the way, Francis, you remember this. We talked about this. Remember a lot of those, it was like Instagram stories he was putting out? And he was responding to people on Twitter too.
Yeah, he was.
Well, people were like, you're leaving anyway. And he's like, I'm good where I am. It doesn't really, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, he was.
It's like the writing's on the wall.
He wasn't confirming or denying it, but the fact that he was responding to certain messages on Twitter, kind of like,
it's like he kind of knows.
Yeah,
what's on.
And I would imagine there's a conversation with a guy like that. He's a veteran, a lot of years.
I'm sure they probably talked and
out of respect, especially with the way that he came over to the Yankees. The way that we signed him was because he spoke to Cashman, said I want to be here. Like he's earned that. He's definitely earned that conversation. If they are indeed looking to shop him. He's definitely earned them going and saying, we're going to try to move you. So
hey, man,
if you have any teams in mind, stuff like that, maybe we can look into it and hopefully get a place where you'd be comfortable too. But again, even with Marcus, to move Marcus though, that's another thing that probably waits a little bit longer, just waiting to see where some of the other chips land first.
And that's going to be a big factor in it. But, it's crazy how, sometimes in life, tweets age, right? That tweet, and look, man, I've like I said in the offseason when Marcus Stroman signed, I said, man, I got that receipt for that one. I'm gonna forgive, but I'm not gonna forget. My man said he's better than all the people in the Yankees rotation in October. Brother, you need to get a pitch in October. And I'm not out with the Yankees. That's not. I'm not taking a shot at Marcus Stroman. I'm really not, because I have no issue with Marcus Stroman. I think he did his I think he did his thing. But that was why
he said that while we had Cole.
Yeah, he said that when we had when he was and then he shit on Cole in the offseason. Remember, he was like Manoah's right. Well, Manoah said that
he was on Toronto, so it was the whole
it
was like the whole rivalry thing. He was setting shots over there like.
I feel like the way he's approached this offseason and people are trolling him online. I think he's.
I don't know why people are trolling him either. To be honest,
I think he's taking a high road, and I think maybe he's matured as well and it's understanding. I was like, listen, bro, when I saw and we were all there, Francis, I think you was there. Pete wasn't there for opening day. The way he hyped up the crowd and what Marcus Stroman, the way he started off the year, and I get there's something maybe there where he's starting to tail off at the end of the second half of the year, but this was his worst pitching year. But he still, remember, right now in the MLB, a 4 ERA is technically average right now.
Yeah.
So he had a 4.3. So
he got value.
Yeah, so he does have value, especially at that price. I think the Yankees will have to eat $5 to $6 million, which is fine. You're still offloading $12, $13 million. The next year's vesting, so if he doesn't pitch, if he's not healthy, you won't have to pick it up. So, I mean, I think there's value, and they can move him. And shout out to Stroh to an extent. I feel like his tenure with the Yankees, I don't have any issue. Guys run into this, that, and the third. I get it. But I mean, I think he's handled himself well in New York. He didn't have the opportunity to pitch in October, which is fine. He came out of the bullpen during the season, Pete, and he did look good the 2 times he came out of the bullpen, but they didn't
never complained. There was never like complaining to the media, never complaining at all. He was, I'll do whatever I got to do for the team. And those are things you got to respect.
He was a pro. He was a pro with the Yankees. And like Kev said, I've been saying this shit, since the offseason started. People, like to, throw a lot of dirt on Stroh. They like to talk down on it. And again, he's brought a lot of that on himself because of his history, social media and egging people on and his track record of responding to trolls and stuff like that. Which, I mean, I kind of, one thing I will say that, did kind of like let me down a little bit is that, I feel like a lot of the times, even throughout the year, like the stuff that he did tweet a lot of times was like responding to negativity, especially when it was like in regards to like the fans. And that was my only letdown with Marcus, like as you know, a Yankee, was that, bro, there's so much positive out there about you too. Like there's, you know, guys out there on Twitter like myself. There's other fans out there, the Rambo dude on Twitter. Like, yo, we had like a whole group that was like a Marcus Stroman support group on freaking Twitter. And it's like, I didn't see you show love to any of those accounts. But it's like the moment somebody tweeted something negative or
it was always
negative happened around, like that's the stuff that you responded to. So I'm glad to see that he is kind of taking a little bit of high road, like Kev is saying right now during the offseason. But it's like, bro, don't just focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. I wouldn't respond to any of the negative. Respond to the positive. I mean, and just go on from there. But bro, you got to force something ERA. They're paying dudes with ERAs 30 and 40 points higher, 4 or 5 million more than him. Yep. So
Frankie
his deal
Montas.
is 1,000% movable.
Frankie Montas is making $17 million. That's the most comparable guy I could think about. He had a worse year than Stroman.
No
so
doubt. I saw somebody is making $22 million that had a higher ERA than Stroman.
Somebody did get signed. I tweeted it. I remember that because I'm like, damn, that's more than Stroman got.
22 million higher ERA than Stroman, and people say, oh, Stroman this, Stroman that. I'm like, bro, nah.
Well, look at Giolito. Look at Giolito last year. What he got.
Yeah.
At the same time as Marcus. So Johnny Riv, our good friend, says Hal Steinbrenner isn't going to break his own constraints. Cashman's creativity is needed to make it work under the self-imposed cap. And let me throw something, let me throw a little bone Cashman's way because he was creative, especially with the Airbender deal. I think that shit came out of nowhere. I mean, I think it was a hell of a move. A lot of people were like, you're giving up a starter. And, I had somebody last time talk about, and Kev Los. No disrespect here to Caleb Durbin. Caleb Durbin was not a high-ranked Yankee. I don't think he was
not their
ranked.
favorite. He never was.
I don't think he was even ranked.
No.
But and again, Dad, I'm not taking a shot. But for people are acting like Caleb Durbin was a top 5 prospect. He wasn't.
I don't know who's complaining about that trade though. I had
a few people and they'd be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Caleb." I'm like, Caleb, like, come on,
because
guys,
they believed the propaganda machine.
The propaganda.
Outside of the offseason,
and I like Durbin. I don't hate him, but
Cashman wouldn't shut up about the guy. All you heard was Durbin. He's the second base. He's this. He's that. And
he also went off in the AFL, so it was like a perfect storm happening.
They ate that shit up. They was like, oh shit, this guy, he's the second coming of I don't know who, whatever. Then they trade him. Yeah. Oh my God, why'd they trade him? Bro, you never even knew the guy 2 months ago.
That's right.
I don't. What confuses me?
Kev Los, but not these guys.
But I've been talking about him since I saw him in spring training and way before they saw him, and Agus and those guys like that. And my thing with the Yankees organization is, where is all this fluidity to trade guys? When we talk about big names, like we talked about before, the Manny Machados of the world, the Luis Castillos, the I don't want to go back memory lane, but why are you so? My question to the Yankee front office is, why are you so quick to trade these guys who have the numbers that everybody likes to see in the minors, and they project very well, but then you want to keep the guys that you I want to keep Spencer Jones. I don't care if he strikes out 40% of the time. I'm not trading anybody for Spencer Jones. It's wild to me.
They got favorites. The Yankees have always had favorites,
and that's all I'm saying. Always. Like, can we stop with this stuff and pick? You can't have 4 infielders and 5 outfielders to be your favorite. Pick 2 of each, and then be able to be a way to trade the others, because you're not going to hit on all the prospects. We all know that, but it's funny to me that we're sitting here waiting for them to produce in the minors, and when we have guys producing in the minors, we trade them.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. And look, that's always been a knock. That's always been a knock on our part too. Is like one of the things that we, I think as a whole, I think I can speak for almost all of us, is when it's time to step up for the big deal, sometimes the Yankees kind of pull back a bit too much. For an example, I mean, I don't know how much of a difference it would have made last year, but even getting the chance to trade for Corbin Burns, the Yankees like, oh, I can't give up Spencer Jones. We can't do that. And look, I get the same year they gave up a shit ton. I know they gave up a lot for Soto. Salute to the cap to the Yankees. That's one of the first times the Yankees have really done that, and they were rewarded. They went to, I know people are talking about, oh man, but look, he left. I'm scared now.
Who cares?
They went to the World Series.
Correct.
And by the way, He was the biggest factor in that happening. Whether anybody wants to talk about Judge, this guy, great. I know they need Judge in the regular season, but Kev says this a lot. You got Soto in the regular season, you got Soto in the ALDS, you got him in the ALCS, and you got him in the World Series. I'm just saying.
And you had him in spring training. You have him all over every month.
Every aspect of your year of what you traded your precious prospect capital for, Juan Soto made up for it. So again, I don't think the Yankees should be as concerned of moving a Spencer Jones or whoever it may be, because you got to remember this too. Are the Yankees sitting back right now going, well, we got Dominguez up, let's see how he does, and then next year, if Bellinger leaves, we got Spencer Jones. I could kind of see that's the way the Yankees might be looking at things right now.
And that would be very unfortunate because next year, to me, needs to be a Kyle Tucker offseason. I think anything, especially after how this offseason played out,
I already got Vladdy to the Mets, so I got Vladdy
That's
to the Mets.
if I think
that's only if they don't bring back Pete.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get Pete. Really? Pete's not going anywhere else.
Pete, nobody's paying this kid. Nobody's
saying.
So. And they're kind of
paying Alonso. The only thing that could happen that would be
if somebody else takes Alonso away from him from a price.
No, because they're saying that Alonso has offers on the table, like specifically from the Mets, short offer, 3 years with an opt out after every year. So what could happen is he could go off next season, have a great 2025, and then say, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna test the market again. But he would be screwing himself if he did that, because you're gonna test the market again. And
it's not smart to do it against Murakami. Yeah, Murakami, Vladdy.
And then you got Murakami coming from Japan. That would be super dumb. But these players don't listen. At the end of the day, they let Scott Boras whisper sweet nothings into their ear, and they believe it, and they think that he's right. He's gonna get me this deal. He's gonna whatever, and they don't care. They saw what happened in Montgomery. They don't care. They saw what happened in Snell. They don't care. Pete Alonso's going through it right now, and I guarantee you that if Boras sells him that he needs to opt out after next season, he'll freaking do it again, because these players don't learn. They just listen to him because they believe it, and they believe whatever it is that he sells them on. And I'm not going to sit here and say, because you'll have some people who like to push back. Well, he got Soto. He got Soto to deal with the Mets. It's almost $800. It's not hard to get Soto that money.
No, I said we could have done it.
It was never hard to get Soto.
We could have done it.
Soto didn't go to Boras to get that money from the Mets. I will maintain till my dying breath that Soto went to Boras because he was trying to get that money from a different avenue. He was unsuccessful in doing so, and the Mets stepped up in a way that blew everybody else out of the water to the tune of almost $50 million more, not even considering the extras. So he said, oh yeah, I'm going to the Mets. But I don't think he went to Boras to get that deal, because he was Juan Soto and he was 26 and he's generational. He didn't need an agent to do that.
Let me
the thing is, can I before I forget this?
No, go ahead.
Okay, because it's just to this point. Big Papi came out and said that the Boston Red Sox were not near $600 million. And I'm sorry, if there's one person that I'm going to believe about something about, I'm not going to believe Mario Pepin. I'm not going to believe Enrique Rojas. I will believe David Ortiz, because I'm pretty sure they reached out to him. Can you speak to Soto about becoming a Red Sox? And if David Ortiz said that they weren't even get close to $600 million, that is very telling. And that tells me that Boras is what Boras does is the bullshit that you saw. He sold information, or he told guys like Enrique Rojas or whatever the other guys, Boston's in the mix. Boston's very heavy favorite. He loves the Dominican background. And he told John Heyman, make sure you push Boston now. And because of that, the Yankees and the Mets kept rising their prices, right? Because you don't know what the other guy is bidding. Correct. So the Yankees might have been bidding against their fucking selves.
Which is
hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Which is wild, and this is why people go to Boras.
No, but but that's also why Hal stopped. When you have those fans that sit there and say, but damn, like, that's it. When they went with the final offer, he didn't even try to match whatever. He's not stupid, bro. Once you get to that weekend and you are told Soto is making his decision on Sunday night, and from Friday morning through Saturday night into Sunday morning, you are of the belief that you are in the lead to sign him, until all of a sudden there is this new offer on the table in the 11th hour. Bro, he's not dumb. Okay,
can I say something here?
And then Steve Cohen's going to go up again. He's not dumb. That's why he didn't do it.
Soto and Boras knew Soto was going to be met in August.
I would maintain Boras knew that for sure.
They knew.
I think Soto still had some hopes.
I think he had some hopes, but I think they were under a pretty good understanding that if it was money, he'd be a Met.
Yeah, for sure.
I have some decent authority on that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they knew. They really knew that at the end of the day, money. But here's the funny thing about this, right? Because I could have like any of us could have sold Soto to a team. He said, hey, I want the most money. Okay, I'll go out there and get you the most money. I couldn't be in the same room with him, though. When he sat down and started talking about sweets, I would have said, what the fuck are you talking about? Sign the fucking contract. I need the most money. What are you talking about a suite? He'd be like, what kind of agent is this guy?
Know,
what are you talking? What murder?
Pete, that shit is killing me because people are killing Soto for that.
People kill the Mets.
Soto, no.
Kill the Mets for it.
Kill Scott Boras. That wasn't Soto. Soto was in meetings.
But the Mets had to agree to it. The Yankees were like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
But this is what I'm saying, because you got fans out there saying, oh, fuck Soto. He who's he think he is? He wanted the suite. That wasn't him, bro. He wasn't sitting there asking for a suite. That was Scott Boras. All this stuff about the suite and the kickers to get it to 805. That doesn't do shit for Soto. He's getting the money. That's what he cares about.
Good.
He's getting the money, and that's it. All this other shit about the suite and this and that, that's Boras. That shit is that's on Boras's mantle. Yep. He's the one that's gonna walk around to play.
I got this. And
you see what I did for Soto, right? I got him a suite for his family in Citi Field.
Yep.
I got him this. I got him that. I got him that. That's Boras shit. You think Soto was sitting in a meeting talking about I need a suite for the? Please, man, that was a Boras thing. We know this guy. Like every offseason, like he lulls people to sleep when people just start killing these players. Oh my God, this guy's so greedy. This guy's so, bro. It's Scott Boras. That's what
Boras does. That's why people go to him. He's the best.
That's what I'm saying. That's why people.
He's legitimately the best.
He's the bad guy, and he doesn't have a problem being the bad guy. He'll sit there and ask for the suite and the private jet and the whatever, the personal masseuse and the I don't freaking know what the hell he sits there asking for, bro.
Yeah, no, Scott Horwitz, you're wrong. He went for the money. It wasn't about any of this other baloney you heard about. He wanted the highest amount of money, and that's what he got from the Mets. You're saying the difference was not great. It was the money. He wanted the highest contract of all time, and that is exactly what he got. There's been rumors of that for a little while, and then when you kind of see it unfold, you obviously start to put two and two together here. Again, man, if the Milwaukee Brewers, in my opinion, came $10 million more than the Mets, he'd be a Milwaukee Brewer. And I'm not joking when I say that. I think he wanted it on his mantle that he is the highest paid player of all time while he played. And look, don't get me wrong. All of these guys know they're getting paid. So why the fuck not? That's another mantle that nobody can have. I was the highest paid player when all of us played. I was the guy that the team said, I'm going to give you the most money. That's impressive. Whether you see it that way or not, in my opinion, that's what these guys look at. That's a way of measuring it a lot.
And that's the stuff that they say, because I see like David Lopez say, oh, Soto has the highest ego of all time. We don't know that, though.
Why? Because he's fucking good?
I
bet he does have an ego, but what does that got to do with anything? Of course he has an ego. He's fucking great at what he does. He's a great player.
We're going to sit here and say he has a bigger ego than Judge? Because why? Judge didn't get off a plane in San Francisco and have his wife film a video of him like he was going to some freaking secret meeting out there? What do you call that?
Brian Cashman also admitted that he was expecting Judge to go to San Francisco. Like he said, we were expecting he was going to be a Giant.
This is what players do. No, Scott, this whole thing about he wanted to be the man. It's the pro. No, we don't know that, bro.
And I'm sorry to say this. What made you fucking think he wouldn't have been the man here?
He was the man here.
He was going to be.
Exactly. If they won the World Series, this is his fucking team. Let's be honest. And he re-signed. It's his team.
Oh, because Judge won the MVP last year or whatever like that. We didn't give a... Let's call a spade a spade. Can we cut the bullshit for 5 minutes here? Who here gives a rat's ass on the hottest of summer days about Aaron Judge's MVP? We don't care.
Nobody. Not after what happened. Now, if he had a good postseason, I'd be like, cool.
Me and Pete.
Not after what he did in the postseason.
We were not sitting here after he won the MVP. We had to talk fans to clap for the guy. People didn't want to clap. They didn't want to.
Oh, everybody in the chat was pissed. Nobody wanted to hear about it.
They were mad that we were talking about it.
Yeah, I was like, congratulations. They were pissed at me for congratulating them.
People don't care about the MVP. So it's not, we could say, oh, maybe he wanted to be the man. Newsflash, I don't know if you guys didn't realize it. Juan Soto was the man on the Yankees last year.
Yeah, there's no doubt
that
about
wasn't
it.
clear, if that wasn't obvious, like, bro, Aaron Judge, I love him. He's the captain. He's the one who chose to be a Yankee. He left money on the table to come back and be here. I'm gonna respect that shit forever. But let's be honest here, okay? I never booked the ticket to go sit in right field to sing to Aaron Judge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. And Judge has let me tell you something about Judge. He has an amazing opportunity coming up this year. I mean, he has a fantastic opportunity coming up this year. He's going to have a whole new team. I do believe he got his pick at first base. I think Goldie and Santana will probably have the same type of offers on the table. And, Judge had his input that he wanted Goldie. And bada bing, bada boom, Goldie's here. And there's Nate. Again, I was waiting for this. Judge disrespect is wild. There's not one person here who said anything disrespectful about Aaron Judge. This is what's wrong with today's society. When I do this about prospects, oh my God, Pete hates this guy. No, nobody said nothing wrong about Aaron Judge here. Nobody said a thing wrong about Aaron Judge. Nothing. Zero.
This is, and I'm gonna hit the nail on the coffin here. The Yankees if you're a long-time Yankee fan, all we care about is winning, and this is what we talk about, winning. And the Jeter doc is perfect. How do you rate losing? I'm the best loser. That doesn't make any sense. Just what people celebrate, just making it to the World Series, whatever the case may be. Yankee fans, we want to win, and no matter, that is the end goal every year. And if not, it's bust, right? So we care about people who perform in the postseason. And I'm gonna defend Judge because
Judge is overrated.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna defend Judge in the fact because people say he's never hit in the playoffs. That's bullshit. Judge hit. If you look from 2017 to 2020, Judge hit a lot in the playoffs. He had some great moments against those ALCS and against and Verlander, those home runs against him. Yeah. He had those moments. As of that, I don't know what happened to him. He's been struggling since, and I am sorry. We care about guys who perform in October. And if you tell me that your life is on the line and you have a guy pitching and you want Aaron Judge over Juan Soto, you're out of your mind. When it comes to hitting, okay? I'm not talking about home runs or slugging. That we know that Judge is the better slugger. But when it comes to pressure, like I said on the other day, when God made pressure, he made Juan Soto right after. That guy wants that moment. He lives for it. And this is why he's getting paid that money, and people don't understand that. But you know what's funny? When you get injury-prone players, when you get guys like Judge, when you get those, Judge is struggling in the playoffs, all the reporters are going wild because they're getting clicks on it. But when you got a guy like Soto who performs all the time and gets paid the way he gets, he's overpaid. I don't know why he gets that money. Let's stop it, bro. He left. Who cares? That's it. Yeah. Let's focus on the Yankees. Yeah. Stop shitting on Soto. You guys sound like Met fans last year when Soto was a Yankee. And that's why I'm saying you're arguing with a mirror, because you guys sound like the Mets fans when he was a Yankee, and now you guys are saying the same shit that they used to say. He can't field, he's overrated, and all this shit. Who cares?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden, Judge was the guy all last season when a lot of people were talking about Soto should be the captain, Soto this, Soto that, and now all of a sudden, no, Judge was always the guy. We know, don't let's not whatever. Yeah. Don't be that bullshit, bro. Listen,
it honestly is. It's ridiculous.
Had an Aaron Judge season, which is
phenomenal. He's the best offensive talent in the game.
Which is
over. Nobody's denying that. Nobody's denying that.
He did what he does. He hit damn near 60 home runs. He did what Aaron Judge does, and somehow, some way, Juan Soto was still the fucking guy.
Well, let me make this point very simple. If anybody's offended by that, you want me to make you really offended? Derek Jeter very rarely was the guy.
Thank you.
On his teams.
Thank you.
So I don't know anybody who's taking offense to anybody here saying that. I'm sorry, you haven't been alive long enough.
Why do we love Jeter?
Or you're being ignorant as fuck. Because Jeter hit in the postseason and he brought the chips.
Thank you.
And he no matter what you want to say.
If Jeter struggled in the postseason, we wouldn't have loved him as much as we love him now.
No, of course not. Jeter was clutch.
Jeter was exactly the same player, spring training, regular season, postseason, and that is the point of what we're trying to make. When you look at Soto's numbers throughout his career with 3 teams so far, he has the same numbers spring training through November, and there's no other player that you can say that about. You can, we're not gonna say Giancarlo because he can't play healthy. But Giancarlo's a great postseason hitter. I'm trying to think about Carlos Correa. If he can stay healthy, he's another guy who's There's very rare that you get guys like that. This is why
Yeah.
I'm saying that I wish that the Yankees would have kept him, because the one thing that the Yankees always needed, if you notice the last couple of runs, is those big hits and those big moments. We didn't have that.
We didn't have that. And that's something that the Yankees struggled with a lot previous to last season, was hitting in runners in scoring position. And look, Judge could do all Judge can do. The regular season, great, we understand that. But when the postseason comes and things get very tough, I'm not talking about, I'm just saying for the overall team, you need guys that get clutch hits. Because, even if Judge is hot, they're not going to say, the postseason is going to begin. They're not going to say, well, Judge can't hit in the postseason or pitch to him. They're going to, no, pitch around him. Why pitch to him? Why pitch to Judge at all? Don't even do it. Like I was saying, I mean, this team has a great chance here to have Judge be that guy, the leader, do what he does in the regular season. But again, who's going to be the other ones that need to step up to make this offense much better? Because the Yankees, I don't think, really have to worry about who's the Soto this year. I think that's the wrong way of thinking. They got to worry about a 1 through 9. How good is the 1 through 9 going to be? We still don't have a leadoff hitter unless the Yankees feel the need to go Bellinger Judge, which I'll be honest, as the 1-2, it might be your best option right now with everybody else on the team. I love Jason Dominguez. I know damn well the Yankees aren't going to, he could hit 330 in spring. The Yankees aren't going to say you're the leadoff hitter. I highly, highly doubt that. Even though Dominguez, Bellinger, Judge sounds fucking phenomenal.
That's the best 1, 2, 3 that we have.
I think it is, but do you think the Yankees would do that?
Fuck no.
That's my issue.
I'm not even gonna listen.
That's my issue.
I wish, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Maybe with a great spring they have a change of mind. I don't know, but
yeah,
I have a tough time.
He'd also have to have a change of something else for them to look at him as a leadoff hitter, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm just saying, obvious. To me, it's obvious. Switch hitter, young, speed, athletic. He's like everything they told us about Dominguez when they were trying to sell him to us when they were out of it in 2023, that all of a sudden they forgot in 2024, is the reason why he should probably be your leadoff guy. You go Dominguez, you go Belly, you go Judge 3. That is a nice 1, 2, 3.
I say that too because this is play discipline.
And he's a switch hitter. So it doesn't matter who's pitching. He's a switch hitter. Doesn't matter. He's fast.
It's obvious. But the Yankees are going to look like, it's like, I don't know. They who knows? Like, say for instance, they do end up signing Ha-Seong Kim or whatever. They'd put him at leadoff before they let off Jason Dominguez.
I think they put Volpe there before they let Dominguez. I think they tried Volpe again.
Which really pisses me off because Volpe, I think when he's when he's not pressured, when he's not like he doesn't have to
start of the year.
They should have just left him there.
Just leave him.
Hindsight is 2020 because I remember when they moved him, I wasn't mad. But
I was an advocate of leaving him there for a while. I said just leave him for a while until you needed to do it. And then it got to the point where nobody could really lead off and they tried him out.
Yeah. I was happy when they moved him because I thought it was going to work or whatever. But then now looking back, it's like he just leave him the bottom of the lineup. I feel like he could be special in the bottom of the lineup. Like that's the sweet spot for him.
And how important is that? I mean, that's the one thing people tend to forget. I mean,
look at the Dodgers.
Look at the Dodgers, man. And then even the Yankees didn't really ever have that in the postseason. They actually had a couple of games where the bottom of the order did well. I remember
every now and then. Because Verdugo had a few hits in the postseason.
He did at the bottom of the order. Volpe had a good overall postseason. But that's
they did the little things important. Though. For example, that it should have been a double what Kike hit, but Soto tried to catch it, and then it went back, and then he got a triple, and they get a sac fly or a ground out, and he scores. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a sac fly because Soto threw it, and they didn't get him. That stuff, Ohtani double, and also I think that ball was catchable by Soto, and he didn't catch it, but then he throws it, and then Glaber can't get up with it. That's an extra run that wouldn't have happened. Those little things you have to remember today in today's effort. And as much as I love Soto, that is where his kryptonite is. And it is what it is. We talked about it. The Texas Rangers could have had a World Series if they would have subbed out Nelson Cruz from right field. Because remember that, and that's what I'm saying.
That's right.
So it's like the Yankees are taking that approach now where they want to be more sound defensively, which I understand, but you still need to get guys that hit in October. I mean, hopefully this is the year. And I said this, Pete. Judge should be playing with a bit of a chip on his shoulder this year because there was a lot of people talking about him.
100%.
A lot of people are doubting him now, saying, "Oh, what he's gonna do without Soto." And now also, Soto, you're my boy, but you chose the Mets over this. I'm hitting 70 bombs this year, and I'm hitting in the postseason. And I'm saying 70, yes, of course. I would love for him to flirt with 60 again, and that's it. And my thing is that if he hits in the postseason, if he goes off, and all he has to do is not swing at that outside low slider.
You want to know what I'm
stay away from
for?
that pitch? Jesus Christ!
Give me villain Judge this year. I don't think that's possible, to be honest. I really don't think that's possible.
Maybe this is his arc. Maybe this is the move that.
Give me villain Judge.
Maybe
Give
this
me
is villain
fuck
arc.
you Judge. Give me fuck you Judge. Honestly, man. Give me
No more
the
Mr.
Aaron
Nice
Judge
Guy.
that goes, yeah, for real. That, oh man, yeah, I suck, right? I suck in the. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you don't know what was really going on. Yeah, you're right. I sucked. Okay, let me show you suck. Let me show you what that looks like. And he goes the fuck off. He wins another MVP.
You know how he talked when
he's
he's just a little.
Yeah, the little.
You know what?
Little,
I kept
grin.
receipts all winter. I remember a lot of people talking a lot of crap, so I just want to go out there and compete, help my team win. Next question.
Hey man, I really do, man. I would love. There's nothing I will love more. Cause look, let's be honest. Aaron Judge is a legend of Major League Baseball. He's had some of the greatest years, single seasons of all time. Obviously, I don't care about steroids, but you do have to say it. From what we know, he's clean. There's been no shenanigans there with the numbers he's put up. That sometimes on video. Last year was a video game number season. Doing it with guys throwing 98, from top to bottom. Nobody's really lobbing anything. He's a special talent, and trust me, my vision right now of Judge, and I'm sorry, I can't get it out of my head, is him missing the ball in center field. Not the big home runs, not the 60, none of that. It's him missing the ball in center field. And if I could sit there, I would even tell Judge, brother, like everything you've done, man, that's how we are. I'm sorry. It sucks for you, and I get it. But you got every opportunity to make this shit up and make us forget. As a Yankee fan, all I see from Judge is him missing that fly ball. And I watched it again. It was the moment that broke the Yankees back. It wasn't the anything else.
It was the turning point.
It was Francis. You watch it again and you get a chill up your spine when it happens because you go, that was it. Forget the other stuff. Bro, that was fucking it.
Then what sucks is his team had 2 opportunities to bail him out, and they didn't do it either. As much, and I got to shout, we got to call a spade too, because Judge has carried the Yankees offense for years now.
Correct.
And he had a bad moment in the field. Volpe could have cleaned it up. It didn't work. And Cole or Rizzo, you could blame both or blame whoever you want. Somebody had to cover first. Somebody had to be on first, and that had to be an out. So they couldn't pick up Judge, because if that happens, nobody gives a shit about what Judge did. But
I'm a biased former pitcher, and we always used to say this shit. The base is named after one of us, and it ain't me. I'm just saying. But look, Cole, he definitely could. The effort that Cole took was just like he didn't.
No, he was like the inning was over. Like, I'm that guy. I think he was too locked in. He was
so
like, I got him out. Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Trying to explain that to people.
And I'm sorry.
You know how much
as Rizzo, you gotta just be a little bit more active. Because I think if my thing was that Mookie saw that Cole's not covering, and then he saw how slow Rizzo was.
Yeah.
He saw that Rizzo was waiting for the pitcher to cover it. That's when he knew. It was like, oh yeah, I got this. But it's like, I've been trying to explain it ever since it happened. And it's like, I know I'm biased. It is what it is. I'm not lying.
Okay, little bias, Francis.
I'm biased towards the pitcher. It is what it is. But it's like, bro, you have to think how much it takes mentally up here after the Judge drop.
It's tough.
And then the best part of this lineup is coming up. And they have ducks on the pond. And this MFer locked the fuck in and struck people out. He struck people out.
That's my point. That Rizzo should have been like, I think Rizzo was, and I think that's the age. I think he was like, I think you got to help me out. No, your pitcher just fucking struck 2 guys out, including Otani.
And got Mookie to hit a weak ground ball.
We grounded, yeah.
It's like not just the 2 strikeouts, but he did. He got the 2 strikeouts, and he beat Mookie Betts, one of the best right-handed hitters, one of the best playoff hitters, a player who is very familiar with Garrett Cole and very familiar with the Yankees and Yankee Stadium and big moments, and he beat him in that moment. It's like, damn, bro, at least help me out, cover the base, brother. Dive.
That shit was exhausting.
Get another concussion if you have to, my brother, but we got to get out of this. We got to get off the field. If he covers first base, they don't give up any runs.
Yep.
They lead
that shit. That was exhausting for him.
With everything that happened in that inning, if he covered first base, they still leave that inning 5-0. Why are we talking about this again? I don't want to do this again.
I don't. I trust me. When I watched it, I'm like, why am I torturing myself? But I was like, you know what? I'm actually happy I actually did. But what are you gonna do? JXV says I think Peraza, Waldo, and DJ will be it for third base. Look, man, if it ever came to that, honestly, give the job. Let fucking Peraza get a chance, man. And God, I can't believe I don't even want to talk about this shit because we talked about so many highs so far this offseason. It's been a fun offseason. I mean, you've had the Soto shit, of course, but then the 48 hours after that, Fried's a Yankee, and the Yankees get to work, and they seem they had a chip on their shoulder. This is us, by the way. I don't want anybody to take this in any certain way. This is me rooting for the Yankees front office. This is for me getting behind Brian Cashman. Hey, yo!
Hey,
yo!
So he trying to get behind Brian.
Hey, yo! No, this is me patting them on the back, saying, "Come on, Brian, let's go, baby."
You get it behind him, and you're patting him.
Hey, yo, come on, man. We get a little wild over here now. I'm gonna turn to the full fucking Diddy force over here. Hey, yo, Diddy Force.
Pardon the left.
What is going on here? We going right off the rails on this show.
Going off the rails.
But no, I want to see them finish the damn plan. Go out there and make the additional move. Trade Stroman, see what's left. I'm not really necessarily sold that Bregman is impossible. I'm not necessarily sold that somebody's like, I know what Curry said and I get it. But look, man, it's about to be January.
Oh, my God.
It's about to be January. These guys are not signed. Who knows if one of these guys say, hey, look, contact the Yankees. I like to play there. We've heard a lot about Bregman. He has some businesses in New York and things like that. So, who knows if eventually he goes, look, I'm not getting what I want here. This is wild. Let me just go play where I want to play. Can I figure this out? Can we make this work somehow? Can I do deferred? You know what I mean? Can I get $25 million and get 10 of that deferred or some shit? I mean, I don't know, but out of everybody that's out there, Bregman would really fit this team extremely well. That's why I was joking earlier when I'm saying, Nolan don't look half as bad right now. What the fuck's out there? I mean,
compared to what we got in house.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
compared to what we got in house, and again, look. Hindsight is 2020. I know what the pushback on Bregman is. There's people out there that believe he's a Crawford box merchant and all that shit. I get it. Again,
I get it.
Compared to what we have in house, he is a major upgrade.
Yeah, you take that.
And what the price and compare again to what the price is going to be and stuff like that. Because I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what the price is going to be. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be. I have no idea. I mean, but. Yeah, somebody said, look, I see that they say Stroman to the Giants.
I like that.
Listen,
I like that.
The Giants are a team that right now you got to be like, if you're the GM over there, if you're in the front office, I mean, they had Corbin Burns pretty much hook, line, sinker. Like he was going over there, everything was done, and then Boras just kept going back and asking for that and asking for that, and then to get shanked out of nowhere in the still of the night, Corbin Burns back to Arizona just like that. I mean, damn, bro. If you the Giants, it just don't get worse for you, bro.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when Uncle Junior was talking to Richie Aprile, and then he was trying to get Tony bumped off, and he left. He goes, he couldn't fucking sell it. He just couldn't sell it. That's what it reminds Buster Posey. You just couldn't sell it. He couldn't put the nail in the coffin. But it's interesting too, because apparently, Corbin Burns had Boras reach out to Arizona. Yes, he was like he loved playing there. So let's see if we can make something work with them. Love to go back there.
He has a house. He still has the property there.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I actually like when players do that. So
yeah, I mean,
I like when players do that.
You can't be mad. Again, I don't get mad at any of these players when they do whatever because it's a business and it's tough because I feel like as fans, like we can be very hard on the players sometimes, but like when a player gets traded out of nowhere for somebody that we want, like we just like for instance, like we all celebrated very happily that Devin Williams is a Yankee now, whatever like that. Did anybody like very few people sat there and thought like, oh damn, like this probably sucks for Nestor, who like now has to uproot his entire life and go to fucking Milwaukee. And it's like, I'm not trying to shit on Milwaukee, but guys, it's Milwaukee. Like, I mean, this guy's from Hialeah, Florida.
Yeah, it's a little different.
He just over from one day to the next. Yeah, you playing in Milwaukee next year. Like
he's going to Percy Town to play.
But that's the name of the game,
right? You gotta go more out in Milwaukee. Tell you that, but there's no Gators in Milwaukee.
It's a business.
No Gators.
Percy's gonna bring him there.
Yeah, it's a business, and so they gotta be ready for that. They gotta be set up for that. So it's like, yeah, they go through that when it comes time for free agency. I can't really fault them.
This is why you can't fault guys for taking the money either, because remember they go through arbitration. They hear how bad you are and all your negatives when you go through arbitration. People don't understand that. Imagine your employer Imagine the Yankees would do that to their nerds, or they would run them through that arbitration process. Imagine you sitting down with your employer and he being able to tell you how bad you are at your job
that's tough, bro.
Because that's what it is. So these guys remember all that, dude. This is why Burns came out and said, I think the relationship is fractured. Like they said that Burns was the reason that Milwaukee didn't make the playoff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Stearns is there. People don't forget that.
No, and Vladdy just spoke about it in his interview that he did. Like, he said he wanted to be at the arbitration hearing because of that. He's like, yeah, I want to see like what what they're gonna say, what they have to say. And he's like, I took it well because in the end I won.
They talked about a lot about his being overweight for spring
did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's what
always good that he
arbitration
realizes
hearings are. Because these judges that they put in front of you, they don't know anything about baseball. They don't know the player. They don't know the organization. They have to choose people who are like completely removed. And then you just present a case to them. And so that's what the organizations are going to present the case with numbers and logic. And they'll be like, this guy came in this much, overweight, and he's supposed to be at this weight to play. He's supposed to play this position. If you compare his weight to the other guys who play the same position as him, I mean, he was just like 50 pounds bigger than any of the rest of them. And then you guys know and then when you look at the numbers, the strikeouts were up and whatever, but he wants this and that. I mean, they literally start dismantling.
They just destroy you. Yeah,
right?
It's crazy.
So but again, it's a business. It's a business. Yeah. So when a player does it, right? When a player's sitting at a table across from an owner and they start asking questions like, yeah, I mean, I'd love to play for you guys, but what's your plan for the next couple of years? Because those trades last July, that wasn't it. Like those guys, that was like. But then we would come at the player for that, but we don't come at the organization when they do it.
Right.
Yeah. And no fair, man. But
no fair at all.
Which is why I don't think Vladdy. I think the Vladdy Toronto situation is probably cooked.
Yeah, I think
tomorrow it's cooked. And I don't
Mets fans get happy.
I used to see the Boston thing, but when Poppy came out and said that they weren't even at 600, I was like, wait.
And I think
if you weren't going to go to 600 for Soto, you ain't going.
You're going 400 for Vladdy.
Vladdy's going to want 5. Yeah. Everything. I listened to that whole interview. I listened to it twice now. Everything that I got from that is that he thinks he's getting 5. He thinks he's getting 5.
Because people remember, like first base doesn't have that number, and like the highest first baseman, if I'm not mistaken, is Freddie, and I don't know where his AV is at. So, but people need to remember that Vladdy's going to be 27, so he's probably going to be he wants a 12-year deal.
Oh, he's going to get some. Yeah, he's going
to get so he's probably a 12, 13, and that's what people don't understand. Like if you pay him 28, if you pay him 30, which will make him the highest first baseman in the league, and you add 12, you times that by 12 or 13 years, that's going to give you the 400 number. I mean, I know you're saying that he wants 500, but if he gets 500 without Boras, he's going to surprise me, because Boras has all that leak bullshit and all that shit that he does on the side that raises pricing. And I don't think Vladdy, unfortunately, is going to have, for now, I don't see much teams bidding that hard for Vladdy like the Mets and the Yankees. You had a trifecta for Boras and Soto where you had the perfect storm for Soto. The richest guy bidding. Yeah.
The perfect
so I don't see that happening, but listen, if Pete goes to the Mets, I think the Yankees should try and really get Vladdy. I don't know. I think personally that Tucker is gonna stay in the Midwest, bro. I don't know. He seems like a down low guy. Doesn't like the big city. I don't know, but let's see. It's gonna be interesting. I don't care who they get. I just want one of the two.
Tucker's another Tucker. The thing about Tucker though is that Tucker, his price range ain't Midwest price.
No.
His money, the money that
right.
value is not Midwest value, and unless the Cubs overnight decide that they gonna throw a Yankee contract at him, I don't see anybody in there giving him that money. I mean, to put the Vladdy thing in perspective, Freeman got $27 million a year, signing at 32.
How much? 32 a year?
27 million a year over 6 years at age 32.
Look at what
Vladdy will be 27. So you can imagine that AAV the conversation needs to start at 30. It doesn't mean that it stays there though. Soto's getting what's his AAV again with them? It's 48?
48?
No, 51.
Is it 50? Yeah, 51.
No, 51. It's going to go to 51 until after the 4 years.
No, it's 51 with the 4 years and 55
I think it could go to 55
dude.
or 56, yeah.
No, I think it's in the 40s, and then after he opts in, that's when the extra.
What was it? A 15-year contract?
765 over 15. Shit.
Yeah, but he's getting a what is it? A $75 million bonus though.
765 15. It's 50.
It's 51. Yeah, 51 and then 55 after the 4 years.
Told you. There's not chump change.
LA Lou says the Yankees are not guaranteed to go back to the World Series next year. Neither are the Dodgers, but you're a better team now than the team that went to the World Series this year. The Yankees need a few more moves.
You can't say that. I can't say that.
What, until they could go back?
No. I can't say that they're a better team until it's important that people understand. If we assume that Jason and Paul Goldschmidt are gonna have 100 OPS plus season, meaning average,
Correct.
who is gonna be a lot better than Verdugo and as well as what Rizzo and DJ were giving us at first. I'm assuming Bellinger's gonna be Bellinger. So
you know what concerns people? As Tyler says, Yankees go full evil empire next year and sign Vladdy and Tucker. That ain't happening. No. But let me just say this real quick. And Kev is 100.
They could do it, but they won't.
I'm gonna tell you this. Kev is 100% right what he just said. The way the team is shaping up now, here's one thing you have to remember. The reason we reacted the way we did when Soto signed, you knew what Soto was gonna do. Mm-hmm. He's so consistent. You can say, okay, we know what's so. And him and Judge, holy shit, that's gonna be something we've never seen before. Here's the issue with the club now. No matter how you feel about these guys, no matter how you project some of these guys, there really isn't much consistency there. And some of the guys that have been great are much, much older and far out of their prime. Let's be honest. Goldie is not an MVP candidate no more. I think we can all agree on that. Does he have a chance to have a year where you're like, damn, he was really good for 1 year with the Yankees? Yeah, I think he could
have a really good year, not an MVP.
I think he could. But, yes, it could also be a situation where the team isn't as good as we'd hope they could be. Colin with the super chat, thank you, man. But I think it's fair to say both ways. I would say nobody is wrong. For the people out there that look at the lineup and go, man, I'm just not impressed. I think I need to see a little more. I don't know how much I could trust some of these guys. I think that's fair game. I'm sitting here trying to be optimistic, and I'm saying I think Bellinger and Judge back-to-back, wherever they are, I think that could be really good. Now, could the Yankees end up trying to fuck it up with having Bellinger protect Judge? I hate that. I think you keep the same formula that worked.
Yeah.
Bellinger's a good player. Bellinger starts getting some pitches to hit with Judge behind him. Don't be shocked at the year Bellinger could have. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him. But I don't get mad when people go, I'm a little concerned. I get it. But I think it's also, as a coin case just said, I think it's fair to be optimistic.
But here's my thing. It's like, where were these concerns last year when the only super duper bright spots going into 24 were Juan Soto and Aaron Judge? You didn't know what you were getting from Volpe. You didn't know what you were getting from Glaber. You didn't know what you were going to get from Wells because he wasn't even the starter.
No, but we were assuming that Glaber was going to be Glaber.
That too. But do you know what I think it was?
You have Verdugo.
But what did we talk about all spring training? The feel of the club.
No,
the personalities. And I think that's what made everybody confident that this team's going to be a good team.
And I love vibes as much as the next guy, but the vibes didn't win us. The vibes didn't win us a World Series.
Correct. Of course.
Like I want fun people on the team. I love jazz. I love the swag that Soto, bro. I love that shit. I love it. But at the end of the day, bro, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and say like we're doomed in 2025 because.
No, I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying that I can't call it a better team. I can't call it a better team.
I can't get upset with anybody who feels that way. I get it. I could understand it.
I think both things can be right. I think you can say that no, we don't know if this team's going to be better, and number two, it's not worse. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. Like the Yankees they can't make it back. What? Like you're getting still Bellinger. You're better defensively. You're way better. Your pitching staff is lights out. You're talking about pitching, starting pitching, and bullpen right now. So that has its value. People need to understand that the Yankees are going run prevention mode. So it's okay if the offense takes a dip. We just can't. We're just assuming me and P and other guys that Goldie's at least gonna have an 100 OPS, an average season. And Jason, listen, people are penciling him for 20. I told this to a good friend of mine last night, man. I'm gonna fucking dance butt ass naked in my Lincoln if this man if Jason hits 30 home runs, because I think he has the potential to do it. I think his first year is a 30-30, man. It would not surprise me if Jason gets 500 at bats. It will not surprise me.
So
I think I think he's 100% hitting over 30. I know that.
Thank you.
The Yankees
and they don't see that, but
and the way that they treated him last year has kind of turned people off, and all of a sudden people think that he's like mid all of a sudden. I don't know where that came from, but
that's bananas. That's fucking that is the most I actually get angry. I actually get mad. I do. I really get fucking mad about it.
You are fake news.
When somebody comes to me and goes, he's a liability, I say, shut up.
Your mother's a liability. Driving
shut up.
At that age.
Like, how can you say that? The kid is no, the way that look, I called it out all year. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. When you're I would love if I was a GM and the Yankees were trying to sell me on Jason Dominguez. I would say, yeah, and who else is coming with him? Well, no. You know, he's a top prospect. Well, you didn't treat him like a top prospect. You said that Alex Verdugo was better with him. So I'm sorry, Brian. You got to give us more.
We could, and why would we get him when Verdugo's a free agent?
Of course.
Like, let's just sign Verdugo.
The better option's a free agent. So what are you talking about? So look, we could be optimistic on prospects. I'll say one thing about Anthony Volpe. Everybody, I love the kid, man. I want to see Anthony Volpe be a superstar. And hell, if he's not that, I just wanted to see him be above average. Here's my concern with Anthony Volpe. Got a strong case to say he regressed offensively last year. So for anybody sitting there just saying, nah, don't worry about it, Volpe's going to be much better, I don't know if there's enough evidence to really suggest that. Is it? Of course he could be. But to be overly confident that Anthony Volpe is going to be so much better, I mean, you look at it here from year to year. I mean, year to year is a bit of a little decrease there. I mean, 21 homers to 12, 209, 243 cute. On base percentage has stayed the same. Slugging went down. OPS has been the same. I mean, Volpe has not been the prospect that people expected him to be with the bat. Fielding wise, phenomenal, but offensively, he hasn't been the gold standard as he was supposed to be for a prospect.
I think if they want to see the potential from Volpe, they need to leave him the F alone. Leave him the fuck alone. Put him in the bottom of the lineup and just fucking leave him there.
I agree.
I don't care how hot he gets at what part of the season, how good he's looking. Oh my God, he's got a 12-game hitting streak. He's hitting doubles. He's hitting home runs. He's stealing bases. Whatever. Leave him there. Just leave him there. When they start getting happy with the tinkering and the whatever, it's like Aaron Boone gets this itch with the lineup
change
card,
things up and shit. Yep.
And it's like all of a sudden, I gotta freaking start juggling people. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. One of the best parts about last season was that for the first time in the longest of times, there was like continuity with the lineup at a certain point. We knew what the lineup was going to be. We could guess it. And we were saying it to each other like, isn't this weird? Like the first time in how long that like you kind of know what the lineup's going to be every day. Can we keep that? How about keeping that? Okay, yeah, you don't have Soto anymore, but how about keeping the continuity, keeping the consistency in 2025? Let the kid stay in the bottom of the lineup. Let him cook down there. You need people to hit down there anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just leave.
Look how much better the lineup was when Jazz and him were hitting and they were stealing bases.
Phenomenal.
And like, he's another guy. He's another guy that people like are like whatever about.
We get a full year of Jazz, which we didn't have last year too. That's an upgrade.
Full year of Jazz Chisholm.
30 homers.
Acclimated to Yankee Stadium, to being a Yankee, to playing there. He's coming, I think, and he
30-30.
I think he's comfortable
really
already.
Freaking enjoys it. Look at that. Pete's saying 30-30. Bro.
2 30-30s in one
there's
team.
A lot of potential.
Jason and him.
Listen, there's a lot of potential in this lineup.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That people aren't even
all
talking.
there.
Everybody's looking at Belly. Everybody's looking at Judge, and I get it. Of course, Judge is going to be Judge, hopefully, and do what Judge does. And Belly, hopefully, Belly has a great year too. But what I'm more excited about, to be honest with you, is the guys like Jason Dominguez, is the guys like Jazz Chisholm. More so Dominguez though, because
Dominguez, I can't wait, man. Just let him run with it, man.
He makes me look like an idiot. Then so fucking
no. If
shut so many people up this year.
If he ends up having 18 home runs and has if he still has 100 OPS plus, it's a huge upgrade from Verdugo. And if he ends up at 18 home runs, yes, we're expecting more, but 18 home runs as his first season is not a bad season.
I see 279, 22 bombs, about 30, close to 30 stolen bags. I don't know why I see that number, but I do. Jags V says, 70. What if we trade for Bichette for second base? And by the way, if he did that, that's fucking huge. Jay Snow said, hold on, I wanted to read this. Cashman hype Volpe up. That's what concerns me. Also about Dominguez. Well, here's the issue. It wasn't just the Yankees. Anthony Volpe was a top prospect in Major League Baseball. I think he was number 5 at one before he got before he became the regular shortstop for the Yankees. Jason Dominguez has also been as high as 18, I believe. So again, it's not one person. These are 2 prospects that haven't necessarily fooled the rest of baseball. The majority of people agreed. Now, is there some people that didn't think as highly of Anthony Volpe? Yeah, I heard that a lot. Yeah. But the majority of any type of reporting you see of people who put together these lists for a living, they've had them that high. They've had them ranked like that. A lot of other Yankee prospects have not been ranked that high in the top 100. It's like even somebody like Will Warren, who is coming off of a great year prior to last year, a breakout prospect, didn't really get love, so from a lot of the top 100 lists. So, I wouldn't really say those are guys that the Yankees are hyping up. I just think they're 2 really, really good prospects. And remember how young they are. People forget that Dominguez was one of the youngest players in AAA last year. He hit over 300. He made the league look easy at 21.
21. He was just able to fucking drink beer in the celebrations. Like,
they also forget that his freaking first year as a professional was a freaking total wash because of COVID. Like,
that's right.
But
yeah,
again, I let people say what they want to say about him, whatever, because I really truly feel like that kid is coming to shut.
Can I tell you his projections for 2025?
Let's hear him.
Fangraphs.
Interesting.
All right, so they have him with a 249 batting average, a 326 on base, 418 slug, 112 WRC plus for those guys who like that. Now, this is the beefness. 20 home runs, 70 RBIs with 20 stolen bases. I think he steals more than 20 bags, but
they're high on him. I can tell you that much.
That's not us. That's Fangraphs.
No, they're high on him then, because a lot of times you see those projections, you go, I don't know, that's a little off. Like, those numbers wouldn't shock me. I still think he's such a...
And isn't that way better than what Verdugo got us?
Correct. And people forget about his speed. Yes. This guy's going to get infield singles. He's going to get infield hits. He's lightning fast. People forget this guy was stealing 40-plus bags in the minor leagues. Yeah. Dominguez is really fast. So that wouldn't shock me one bit if Jason... Nothing Dominguez could do would really stun me, because I know what a good player overall he is.
Exactly.
If he won a Gold Glove immediately, that might shock me. But other than that...
Or if he hit
or if he's a finalist, or if he hit 300, that would
like if he's a finalist for a major award, if he's a finalist for a Gold Glove, and that's not
like if he
shitting
won
on
the
his
Silver
glove.
Slugger in left field.
Yeah, of course.
God damn, that was crazy.
I'd be like, wow, he wins a Rookie of the Year. That's just a bunch of, like, you're talking about him for many awards.
I don't think he's eligible for the Rookie of the Year anymore.
People need to. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
Weren't they saying because of the whole thing with the IL stint?
No, that's for that extra year. I think the
extra year of control. Yeah,
I think he now if he wins it, the Yankees can't get it no matter what. But he still
they don't get the.
Yeah.
the bonus that they thought they were going to.
Yep.
I was gonna say,
But he can still win Rookie of the Year. Okay, that's
yes.
good.
Yep. They could go back to back. I mean, I remember. That's the one thing too. Look, a lot of times we want to shit on the prospects for the Yanks.
Yeah, and
I don't know, since Judge and since 2019 and all, some of these guys have stuck.
To your point,
getting better.
About the people talking crap about Jason. When have you heard that he has issues defensively before? Never.
You never did. It was only reads and routes of him taking routes to the ball. That's
you
it.
put him in left field when Yankee Stadium, which is tricky left field.
The biggest part of the stadium.
Correct. So you need to give him times and reps to get accustomed to that. Also, when he plays in other stadiums that he's never played, that Safeco Field, Randy Rosarena almost dropped the ball literally the inning before and nobody batted an eye, but Jason dropped it and it's a huge issue. It's going to be when you don't play somewhere, there's going to be some trickiness that you get used to. The more you play in places, then you learn you learn it better, especially Yankee Stadium. So I think that even if they put Bellinger in left field or they put him in left field, I hope they put Belly in left and they leave him in center because that's more natural for him. But I don't know what the Yankees are going to do. So I think defensively he's going to be fine.
They're going to put Belly in center. They're going to put Judge in right.
Yeah, Bellinger in center field, definitely.
All right, and just to let you guys know,
him in center, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Verdugo hit 13 home runs, hit 233 with 61 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. He had an on base of 291.
Remember those numbers.
Remember those numbers, folks, because man, oh man, he has a chance to just blow that shit out the water.
The
one thing too, and I don't know if Los is still in here, but he'll tell you. And I think Craig, you followed the minor leagues a lot too. The one thing I'll say about Jason Dominguez that people have always raved about him on is how mature he is as a batter. Here's a guy last year at the major league level, had a 179 average. He had a 313 on-base percentage. And you look at his on-base percentages throughout the minor leagues, the guy gets on base. That's why I said he could be such a good leadoff hitter maybe at some point for the Yankees and make them very dynamic, because now you're talking about not a Gleyber Torres, who did a good job for the Yankees, but he's different because you can't really match up with him because he's a switch hitter and he hits well from both sides, much more dynamic from the left side. But the speed is there. He could go gap to gap. He could hit homers out to left center field, right center field, however he's batting the opposite direction. He's a guy that could make a lot of people forget about missed offense, put it that way, really, really quickly.
I just like about him as well is that even when he hits from the right side, his plate discipline doesn't change. He has a great eye.
Yeah,
and people need to understand, as a leadoff hitter, this is why I hope for now they lead him off for now. I think he's a middle of the lineup guy eventually, but right now, just because he's gonna have that plate discipline, then you have Cody who's a bat to ball guy, and then Judge. I still think the RBI opportunity for Judge is going to be huge with those two guys in front of him. So I hope they try that out for a little bit. But it's going to be interesting to see because the Yankees always do some wild shit, and then they'll probably fucking put Volpe there and play Volpe 161 games and expect him to be Iron Man and not get tired.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up.
Gentlemen and ladies.
Little designated Spittaz action, but a quick little message for you guys, some program updates. So tomorrow I do plan on having All Rise in the morning. What I do want you guys to do, call in with your voicemails of your favorite moments of 2024. And let's talk about it. So
NYU moments or
NYU moments of 2024. I'm going to be working all day tomorrow. Literally, I'm going to get to the gym early, so my day's kind of set. I'll do All Rise with you guys. And then I'm going to be working on putting together the 2024 video, the highlight video, because on Tuesday, put it on your calendar, Tuesday, 8 p.m., we're going to be having our 2024 wrap-up, of course, and that is New Year's Eve. So I'm going to spend an hour or so with you guys. We're just going to really hang out. I'll answer any, baseball questions you guys want, of course, but we're going to talk a little bit about 2024. Definitely thank this amazing community for all the amazing things you guys did this year. Also, too, make sure you're following us on Instagram. We're working really hard to build that. Well, Jira's working really, really hard to build that. Doing a fantastic job on the social media side of things, of course. But again, ladies and gentlemen, drop your voicemails. You know the line, 804-592-6160. Drop your voicemails. Let us know what your favorite moment of 2024 was. And Francis and Kev, this will probably be the last time you guys are on for 2024. So I don't know if you guys got some words for the amazing community here or what. Or you just want to tell them to go F themselves and move on.
I'm gonna tell you what, brother. Man, I just want to say, I mean, to this amazing community as we close out the 2024 year, that it was a special year for NYYU, for the New York Yankees, for all three of us, and Jira and the NYYU team. It was a great year, no matter how it ended. At the end of the day, these are things that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life. 2024, as you can't take away Soto playing 1 year in pinstripes. I mean, that's gonna happen. That's gonna be dope. I'm just excited, but I'm as excited to see what the New York Yankees are gonna prove this next year coming up. Is Judge gonna play with a chip on his shoulder? Is it gonna be the New York Yankees? If they're gonna go this route, I hope they're just business as usual and they're have that mindset where you guys were joking a lot about the New York Yankees last year, but this year is a completely different mindset all over. It's all business. If the Yankees and troll with it, like it's business casual, they start like being like trolling, but also winning. It's gonna be fun to watch that because remember that's what we grew up on. So if they take that approach, I'm gonna be happy and all of us here as well. For the community, I can't wait for 2025, Pete. We've been talking about it, all the stuff that's planned, pre-planned, what can happen, what will happen. It's just gonna be excited. So thank you guys for a crazy, crazy year. I'm looking forward for next year. And you already know, NYYU to the moon. Ya tú sabes que lo que. Francisco.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm just as excited to see the Yankees come back in 2025 and defend their American League championship. I think that's not the championship that we have our hearts and eyes set on. And I think they know that. I know for sure that, guys like Judge, guys like Stanton, they definitely, want to bring that home. Guys like Garrett Cole. I think Max Fried came here because he knows that there's that opportunity. It's always there. And this is a team that's always going to try to do that for us, the fans. So I feel like, yes, I think that the moves made have been moves that are in function of that, of getting back to where we were last year and hopefully, getting over the hump. People don't like to hear it, but at the end of the day, it's not only about skill. It's not only about how hard you play. There is a little bit of luck involved, and sometimes things do have to break your way. Who knows? Maybe in 2025, this is the year that it breaks our way. I liked what Kev said. Maybe the Yankees play into this whole narrative about being boring and being this. Maybe they show up as the 2025 all business Yankees, and it's only handshakes after the game, no jumping, no dancing. We came here to win, and that's what we did type shit. I would get behind it. I love it. I mean, it is what it is. Show up. Dress to the nines. Come in sharp. Pinstripe suits. Do what you got to do, man. But the most important thing that we need them to do is win, and that's what we're here for. And that's what NYYU is all about, bro. We stay winning. We don't lose. We don't take any L's. We're not like them. Okay, we're the best in the business, and we're gonna continue to do that in 2025. So I'm super happy to continue doing that with the best, the absolute best, hands down, greatest community in the game, which is you guys here in this chat, all of y'all that are in the Discord. And if you're not a member yet, I don't know what you're doing. In 2025, step the game up, join, subscribe, and become a freaking member, bro. This thing is going to the moon, and you want to be on the ship when we get there. So I thank you guys for all the support that you've given me personally throughout this year, all the love that you guys have shown. I mean, there's really, no way to even really put that into words. You guys make us feel like sometimes I feel probably better than one of the freaking players, the way that you guys support and shit. It's ridiculous. So you guys deserve all the love. You deserve all the praise. And I'm looking forward to kicking off things with you guys bright and early at the beginning of next season, bro.
No doubt about it. And, if many of you, as Francis said, have been in Discord, you would have already seen the amazing new logo for Game Season Live and Post Game Season Live 2025. I mean, it is fire. And wait until you see all the work that is being put in to change up a lot of things. So we got a lot of exciting things on the way, on the mend. 2025 is going to be a big year for NYYU. We got so many things planned, so many things in the works. I guess all I can say is stay tuned. Join us March 29th. March 29th, NYYU Day, Yankee Stadium. Is going to be unbelievable. Hirsch said 50K coming soon. Hirsch, I think 50K plus is coming in 2025. But Again, guys, thank you so much for. You guys know I'm not leaving my message out. My message is gonna come on Tuesday because I'll be here with you guys. You guys know I also get a little emotional, so I'll do that all by myself. I'll sit there and maybe cry for 3 minutes, and then I'll be live the next day. So I'm like that. The world's ending. I mean, we're all right. We're good. God willing, I'll be here that Wednesday on January 1st, but. Appreciate you guys. Much love to each and every one of you. This has been the final episode of Designated Spittaz for 2024. We'll be right back in 2025, baby.
Sir.
Until next time, peace out. We out, baby. Talk to you guys later.
Then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look.